Don't worry, bro. I started recording without you. I pressed the button for you since you weren't here to do it. Start up a call. You ain't even at your fucking desk.
Well, since you pressed it, that means you got to stay on the whole time. Now,
yes, well, me off.
Will I be able to? Will I be able to download your recording?
What?
Probably should back
out.
No,
you just download it from the call. It'll be all right.
So the video should save.
What?
I just got to share it with the chat. If I don't share it, then you won't be able to download it.
What video?
This video right now, motherfucker. It's
I read online that they were giving Grand Theft Auto players $1 million in game cash.
You got to introduce the show, John, like you always do.
I'm sorry. Y'all talking. I'm sorry. Everyone's talking. I didn't know what to do. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of That Big Beefing Show. I am JP, and I am part of That Big Beef Show, along with Mr. Aaron Rollins, and our captain of our boat, always Mr. Shane Rollins. How we doing, guys?
Tiger.
John, how many times this week you gonna be on? You gonna be able to join us?
Oh, just a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday.
So no Tuesday. Okay.
You see my tipping? I did. I got better.
13%, boy, moving on up in the world.
So 13 to 3% every 30 years.
30 fucking years. Shit.
You know, over 20 years.
Mr. Tiger Punch.
The what?
Shane,
you said something about Tiger. I mean, before Tiger. That, you said you read something.
Oh, well, I read online that you can, if you get on Grand Theft Auto 5 online, they're giving like $1 million in game cash. It's like your character gets $1 million.
Oh, 1 to 0. Okay, got it. Okay.
But I can't.
I lots of guns and
I just loaded it up and I ain't got no $1 million in there.
Maybe you got to request it somehow.
It said you have to one simple task in order to claim a cool $1 million.
What's that?
How's your boy doing, John?
Oh man, fussy. He knows something. He knows somebody's coming, so he's like, "Y'all been talking about this Emma person for a while now."
Gonna have to share the spotlight.
Oh, how was Medieval Times?
Yeah, it was good. They got a woman in charge now instead of a man.
Really?
Yeah, when I went there, it was a man, and apparently the character that the woman plays, it was her dad, and he's quote unquote dead. But you know, you can't talk to them about the show because they stay in characters like, I don't know what you mean. They'll totally blow you off. But I went and talked to the Knights, and I was like, hey, where'd you guys learn to do all this stuff? He's like, well, I never learned to do it until I got here 2 years ago. I was like, oh, that's cool.
They train them on site?
They trained a few of them, yeah, because they got to work with those horses pretty extensively. They've got them leaping up in the air and taking a bow, and you can tell those horses don't like it.
Every day with this bullshit, huh? Every day. All right, here
you go. There you go. And I'm going
to Do y'all remember that show, Full Metal Joust?
No.
Full Metal? No, I don't think I do.
So I do, yeah. I brought it up to the guys that were there, and some of them, the guy that I had mentioned when I was first there, I said he was the black and white knight, and he went on to that TV show. He's like, yeah, Full Metal Joust. He got crushed. He got his ass beat.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
Who said that to you?
The guys do him. Yeah.
Huh?
One of the guys that was working there at Medieval Times now knows that guy that went on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
But,
hey, Shane, did you know at the baby shower, we didn't know this part. Someone told me your boy was taking grapes and he was eating the insides and he was going around people's tables putting the skin on people's plates.
Yeah, Sarah thought it was strange. She said he normally doesn't like grape skin.
And he did it. He was going around the tables putting them on people's plates.
There you go.
He wants to be like his dad, annoying as fuck.
Oh man, it was hilarious. Nobody was mad about it. They thought it was funny. Like, here you go. And then he just looked at you. They walk away.
Yeah, that's the type of shit Shane would do. Like when we went up in that dude's house.
Man, but everybody loved Roger's blue eyes. Everybody loved them. Everybody.
Y'all may have missed it, but I recorded this. Roger, you know when y'all threw all that paper down on the floor?
Yeah.
Roger ran in there and started playing.
Yeah.
The other kids came over too and were playing. And this little girl, I think she's a little bit younger than Roger. They're around the same age. She started, she was sitting there and she grabbed the paper and she started just smacking Roger upside the head with it. And you just see him just, and people pushed him and he rolled over and then your mom had to get involved and like stop her because she was standing up, just hitting him on top of the head with the paper. So Rachel goes over there and she breaks up. She said, no, honey, no hitting in the face. And Roger's just like, doesn't know what to do.
But did the little, my mom told me that. And she said, well, I took the little girl and said, okay, let's stop hitting. And the little girl just ran back over and they started beating him up again.
Yep. Yeah, she broke him up and then she broke him up again. And then the second time, Roger ran back to her. He crawled over to her and he grabbed her hands and he put it on his belly and was just rubbing it. I got the video. I recorded the whole thing. I didn't bother with helping him out because it's like he's got to fight his own battles, and he can.
You just looking at him. Well, son, that's not how I pick up women, but
you know what?
Hey,
Shane would be just fine. Shane would be just fine with Roger living in the wild as long as he had cameras just filming everything. Roger, you have all the tools you need to survive. Now go take care of business. You got your food over there. You can change your diaper over there. There's a shower where you can get clean. Got your fresh clothes folded. All right, boy. Have a good time.
After I told Norma and Celia that, they go, "Oh yeah, she's mean. She is just mean. Like, they don't know why she's that way. She's the cutest thing, but when she's around other kids, she's just the meanest thing around other kids.
Parents aren't disciplinary.
So I was like, all right, whatever. So, but we're glad everybody came out. We're glad, I'm glad everybody had enough. Did you like the food, Shane? Was the food good? No one told me about the food.
It's all right.
Uh-oh.
I like the cake.
Huh?
I thought the cake was really good.
Man, and Juan, our friend Juan, Aaron, he would not give up where he bought this cake from. He won't do it. Like 4 or 5 people asked him, "Hey, where'd you get the cake?" "Oh, this location I go to." "Okay, where?" This location I go to. They're like getting irritated. They're getting mad at like me and Celia. They're like, "What's wrong with your friend? He's a freaking jerk. He wants us when he got it." Like, yeah. And one lady, she had a pin out ready. "Oh," I said, "Hey, Juan, we got a question about the cake." "Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Where'd you get it?" "At this location." She put the pin down. Like, really? like, well, he won't give it. He hasn't told us in 4 years. I don't think he's gonna give it up.
Yeah, Sarah said the same thing. She says, "Why is this cake thing a secret?" And I was like, "Sarah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Leave me alone." Shit.
That's your answer. I thought it would be a more detailed conversation, but no, don't bug me with this shit. I don't know. We started calling Roger Patrick Swayze because he got hot. So he had to take his shirt off. And he's like walking around shirtless, like, "Hey, Patrick Swayze got invited to the party."
Yeah, and then Sarah gave him one of those cookies, and he took the chocolate and started rubbing it on his stomach. Looks like he'd been rolling around in shit.
He kept on trying to go hit on the blonde receptionist we had up there. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he wouldn't stay away from that area.
Oh man, good times. Like everybody had fun.
That paper on the ground, he started playing, and I was like, "Thank God." Stop playing around. Sarah was like, "Where's he at? What's he doing?" I was like, "Sarah, he's fine. Shit. Nobody's gonna let him run around with a knife or something,
Watch yourself." But I saw him doing like John was putting paper on him. He's having a blast. The other ones started playing in the paper.
It seems like Shane and Sarah have opposite parenting paths here, where Sarah wants to know everything. Shane don't want to know a damn thing.
I done told y'all, I'm not putting a leash on him. If he gets lost, he gets lost. That's it.
Yeah, she was like, "No, we can just get something." I was like, "No, we're not doing it."
No,
like sometimes.
No.
Sometimes everybody has to be miserable. That's just how it has to be.
I know that one time they were looking for him, Aaron. "Where's Roger at?" All he saw his little hands getting grapes and strawberries up the table. That's funny, man.
Yep. He was hands on with the fruit. That's for sure.
And it was cool because Jonathan was over there. But Jonathan, he's making a damn mess. Because he don't like the little flowers. You know, you put that eat the flower. I mean the
the leaves
petal. Yeah. So he just taking them off, just throwing them. Like, God dang it, don't everywhere, son. Like, huh.
Yeah.
Got a special guest lined up for Friday or no?
Nobody.
Shane, you got
that's
nobody no again.
I haven't.
I've been so busy. I've been so busy.
You haven't reached out to anybody?
Do it.
Huh?
I'm sure I can find somebody. If I start looking now, I'm pretty sure I can find somebody. But
I keep on bringing up ideas, and nobody does anything about it. So, fuck it.
We'll just be a special guest. Did y'all like Daniel's latest episode of John's? What's he do? Call it?
The last one I saw, he said it's John's Tale, I think, or something like that.
John's Tale. Something about semen on his computer. Like, why put a semen on my computer?
Yeah, the puppet, the detective puppet, like looks at the computer and he says, "God damn it!" And somebody, the helper did something, and he's like, "Why'd you put that shit in here?" Or something ridiculous, man. It's super angry.
I listened to that episode that Shane sent me from Daniel, where he was talking about no sleep.
That's it, Daniel's podcast. That's his.
That was pretty fucking funny.
What did he say? I missed
it. It was hard for me to listen to Daniel talk about life choices. I mean, he hasn't always made the best decisions himself.
Life choices over lights.
Yeah, you know, like with eating habits and spending habits, and just habits.
Oh, life. Oh, they said lights. Oh, okay.
Life choices. And so he's talking about all this stuff, and I mean, just the way that he talks about it is pretty fucking funny. You can't eat a triple double Whopper burger almost every day.
Almost every day. Still a few days. Oh, I didn't tell y'all. I tried the Impossible Burger.
How was it?
Was it impossible?
Impossible to finish.
Oh, you didn't like it? What'd you put on there?
Whatever they had on there already.
Oh.
It was just a bean or whatever it is, tofu, whatever it is, with a tomato, with ketchup and tomatoes and salad. Lettuce. That's it. There you go. Tried it. Wasn't a fan of it. I'm just saying, Tony Stark didn't come back from the desert and say, "Hey, bro, take me to a Burger King so I can have a fucking veggie burger." He came out of the desert wanting a damn burger, a hamburger. Not no damn vegan burger. Tony Stark is rolling over in his grave right now, seeing what you did to his Burger King.
Next time you go see him, John. Tell that to your doctor the next time you see him. He's going to be sitting there telling you, "All right, John, you got to start this diet." Tony Stark didn't come back from the damn desert.
Well, I don't think the burgers themselves are what's bad for you. It's the bread, right? Isn't that what gets you?
No, it's meat. It's meat.
But protein's good. Like, right?
It's not all protein. It's a lot of fat and sodium.
I won't say who told me this, but someone told me, well, because you eat meat, that's why you're aggressive, because you eat meat. Someone told me that.
When have you been aggressive?
I don't know, but apparently that's what.
When you fucking wrestle with Daniel, I think
it makes you aggressive. Meat makes you aggressive.
The only time I've seen John be aggressive is like he's oppressed. Like if somebody's fucking backing him into a corner. I've never seen him just get fucking
just pounce on
somebody. He's aggressive when you play video games. Daniel, you can't do that, Daniel.
Yeah, but that was Daniel backing him into a corner, like not giving it any options.
I know we're on topic a lot, but I remember we played Battlefront. Damn it, Aaron, over here. Aaron, where you going? Daniel, the ship. No, I'm going to go inside the repair.
That was the only way we got you two fighting each other.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Y'all were kicking our ass, and we couldn't win. Like, I don't know if it's just because our strategy sucked ass. Like, all I wanted to do was get
in the right troops.
I wanted to get in the TIE fighter and just fucking unload. That's all I wanted to do. Just fly around that damn TIE fighter.
How long did one game take? It seemed like it took like 30 to 45 minutes just to do one damn game.
Yeah, that was a long game to play because you had to do the whole map. You were battling for planets, and the more planets you won, the more powers you got. And
then you can start repairing your ship. Just like one guy repairing the ship. Yeah, and one guy's repairing the whole fucking ship.
Yep. with a stupid little fucking repair gun. A little,
Yeah. Y'all get so mad at each other. Yeah, where you at? No, one at a time. One. God dang it.
And Shane always wanted to take the hero. But nope, I'm playing him. I got it first.
Well, yeah, because when I had fucking Darth Maul, I fucking wrecked everything.
It was funny when we finally met up. Oh, you are Shane? Let's go right here. Oh,
yeah, you wrecked, and yet we would still lose that fight whenever you played with Darth Maul.
The only shitty thing is they've come out with 2 other Battlefront games since then, and neither one of them. Well, I only played the one, but it wasn't as good. Like none of it took place in space. It was all on planet.
I didn't like. I played it. I still got it on my PlayStation. It was a free download with the PlayStation. I thought, man, I want that fucking game bad. I got it, excited, played it, man. Again, played it. Tried to get into. I flight a Millennium Falcon. It was cool. Played a Boba Fett ship. That was cool. After that, like, man, this is getting boring.
Well, my dumb ass went out and bought one of those stupid fucking high-end joysticks because I was still working at Best Buy and I had a discount. And I was like, oh, this is going to be badass. I'm going to get my fucking joystick. I'm going to be flying the damn TIE fighter. And take it home, incompatible. Doesn't work for it. That fucking joystick doesn't work for shit. There's no game I found that it works for.
Just looks good. Just looks cool.
I just got this really cool looking joystick that I can't do shit with it. And Sarah, rubs it in. Why do you still have that thing?
Yeah. Points at you and laughs.
It's supposed to be some old fighter games that it works for, like Wing Commander and Free Space. But I don't know.
I got I bought John Wick 3.
I watched it. Yeah.
Fuck all y'all. I'm John Wick, the boogeyman.
A lot of murder in that movie.
Fuck it.
Yeah, he killed this dude with a book, which I find that completely unbelievable, but he did it.
You don't think so? You don't kill no one with a book?
Well, you don't put an object like a book in front of your fist and hit somebody. Excuse me.
You think the fist would hurt more?
I think putting the book in front of his fist. What are you doing? You done?
I'm trying to think, like, someone put a book in my face to hit the book. Yeah, it still hurt, but
not as much as just bare knuckles hitting you in the face. Like UFC used to be bare knuckle fighting, and you can see Ken Shamrock punch Hoist Gracie in the cheek, and it immediately welted up and bruised. You like see a little blood. I guess
so the point of UFC in the beginning was to determine which martial art is the best, right?
No, it was determined. It was to pit individual martial artists against martial artists from everywhere to see.
But it ended up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ended up taking over everything.
No, not really.
That was the winner. That's the one everybody uses, right?
No. Because there's karate fighters, there's Muay Thai fighters, there's boxers, there's Division I wrestling. There's a
champ. What are the champs? What do the champs practice?
John Bones Jones, who's like the most notorious champ ever, he doesn't do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He does some sort of weird African specialty where they cut down low. Do what?
I think he just dropped a mountain in it. He said, "All right, go." I think he just put his hands on you. He just grabbed you.
Well, see, that's the thing, John. I've seen fighters. There's a dude that weighed 400 pounds. He was a 400-pound kickboxer, and he got beat by a dude that was 280. He just kicked.
I saw one. It was a 600-pounder, and he fought this guy that was like 180, and like his only thing he could do was to fall on the guy.
Yeah.
He fell on him, but the guy was able to wiggle out just at the last minute before he fully, like he fell like chest on him, but like his gut and everything, he had to crawl up to get on top of him. The guy was able to get out before he could, but they were like, it was funny because the announcer was like, "This is not healthy for him to be out here. He shouldn't be in the ring."
Yeah, you run the risk of your heart giving out on you in a situation.
When he fell on top of the guy, they were like, "Oh no, it's coming in!" All the crowd was cheering and stuff because like that was his one move. He's just going to fall on you.
I still like that time you said that.
You did hit something. A lot of fighters do practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but it's not. I wouldn't say that it's the most fucking predominant practiced out there because you've got wrestling, you've got kickboxing.
Cobra Kai.
No, I haven't seen. Well, there was a karate guy that was fighting, but he got knocked out. Yep. And Lyoto Machida was a Brazilian karate champion. Huh?
I remember that guy. What, Shane?
I said strike first, strike hard, no mercy.
There was one guy.
Yeah.
he made his own fighting style. He called it break your face style. He lost. His style wasn't that great. He tried to make his own fighting style. Man.
What you see in the UFC, you have to have either some kickboxing or boxing because you got to protect your chin. And these karate fighters fight with their hands down low by their chest and by their waist. So they leave their head completely exposed, and that's when guys get fucking knocked out, and it's bad. You see like a shin get put on the jawbone or a fist get put on the jawbone, and it hits that nerve back there, they're out. And it's
the way some of them just drop though. They just drop like.
There's one guy who's a kung fu guy.
Lip mode, he just engaged. 100% lip mode.
there's a kung fu guy, and he just takes the hits and keeps on going.
Right. I mean, and Anderson Silva used to be able to do that, but he went up against Chris Weidman, and he was letting Chris Weidman just hit him, and then he hit him one too many times and knocked his ass out. And Anderson Silva was considered the greatest of all time, and he got knocked out because he was showing off. But I mean, it just shows you that you can only take so much punishment.
So y'all know I was sitting at lunch the other day, and there was I think it was me and one other guy at the table, but he was at the other end, so he wasn't in on the conversation. But me and these two chicks at the end of the table. Oh no, there was a guy sitting beside me, but it was just me and the girls that were talking, and they were talking about some female athlete in Texas that was kicking everybody's ass in wrestling, but she was transitioning to a boy, and so she was taking testosterone.
Oh, the high schooler, right?
Yeah, she's just kicking everybody's ass. So I was asking what they thought about it, and they were like, "Well, let the person compete in the sport they want to compete in," because apparently she wanted to compete with the boys, but they wouldn't. So she went and just fucking dominated the girls. They didn't stand a fucking chance because she's on testosterone. So I was asking, we were talking, but the women, both of them do or have some experience doing martial arts, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu and Greco wrestling. And this one girl was like, "Well, when I first met my boyfriend, I broke his leg doing wrestling, so that doesn't mean anything." And I'm like, "All right, ladies, okay. If Brock Lesnar walks into the fucking ring, I don't care how much training you got, he's kicking your fucking ass."
Not really. He's been knocked out several times.
By a 5-foot woman that weighs 120 pounds?
Oh no, not by that. No.
By any woman on the earth. Could any woman on the earth defeat Brock Lesnar in a fist fight?
Sure, yeah.
There's always that one. Always that one.
There's no woman that comes close to Brock Lesnar.
That one nowhere.
You say that, and Brock Lesnar has been beat by people that weigh less than him.
Yeah. How much less?
Usually around 240, so about 20 pounds.
Okay. There's not too many 240 women fighters out there. I would say there's probably.
I mean, you're thinking about the U.S. What about Asia? What about Russia? What about Africa?
There's some Russian bitch that's going to fucking take it to Brock Lesnar. There ain't no woman on the face of the planet that can beat Brock Lesnar in a fight. I'm telling you. There's no way.
We're promoting this right now. There's no one on earth.
Fight between Brock Lesnar and a random woman.
There's no woman that can beat him.
I don't care how many consents you get signed. No, Brock wouldn't sign that. I'm not gonna do this. Like, come on, Brock.
Yeah, so you're talking about.
No way he's gonna sign to that.
So,
no way he signed that. Like,
let's just say, like the government's like, "Hey, we're locking you up in prison unless you fight this chick, and there's nothing you can do about
it." So he's a Russian prisoner.
If that was his only choice, I'm pretty sure he was pushing the whole time. Like, stop, no, stop.
Well, Aaron says she'll knock his ass out. Aaron says the girl will get a hit in. Take him out.
What I've seen in fighting, anybody can get knocked out anywhere by anyone.
Well, okay, Aaron. We all know that you fought a woman and it didn't work out in your favor. But we're talking about Brock Lesnar. We're not talking about Aaron Rollins and some random chick.
No, I'm telling you.
Inebriated Aaron Rollins.
I'm the right person.
There's no right person.
I don't believe that.
Okay, well, let me ask you this: Could any woman lift more than Mark Henry?
Oh shit, I don't know.
There's no woman on the planet that's ever lifted anywhere close to Mark Henry.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Because there's bodybuilding women out there.
They ain't getting that high.
How much has he lifted?
I think 1,000 pounds.
I don't know. I have to look it up.
I mean, I know it's over 900. There ain't no woman that lifted 900 pounds, Aaron. It ain't fucking happening.
Let's look. Let's look at Google right now.
Oh, we're gonna Google. We're gonna goggle it. What we do, guy? We Google stuff.
Gonna gurgle it.
Gurgle it.
I'm just saying. There's no woman. I don't know who's the number one chick right now.
World's strongest woman.
Some chubby Olympian, right?
Has been Olympian.
Yeah, I think it's some chubby chick.
We love the thick ones. The big beef show.
2018. She's a white lady. Let me see. The strongest women of all time. Well, let's look at the 11 strongest, and we'll see if we can debunk Shane's theory. All right.
You might as well get the translator to kilograms up because I don't know if they're going to do.
No, because you're saying
August 11th in California. She was 5'2", 115 pounds.
Man, you're gonna have to step it way the fuck up, man.
Yeah. She was a hand balancing act with her husband. Okay. Let's see. Bev Francis from Australia. Competing in shot put. She deadlifted 501 pounds. She bench pressed 335 pounds.
Half,
and she squatted 500 pounds.
I was in high school. I lifted 450 pounds. And I'm not in any type of shape at all.
And this is a woman, though. This is a woman.
Right, exactly. So Brock Lesnar beats every woman's ass.
And she can do shot put.
I can shot put.
This is 1955.
Do you classify? They don't classify powerlifting to strongest man. Strongest man is a different category to like the mountain to Mark Henry.
This is a lady from Taiwan. She was 101 pounds and she deadlifted 430 pounds and squatted 457 pounds. She was 101 pounds. She lifted 4 times her weight. 4 times.
As an ant. Half ant.
Another one's a bodybuilder. I'm looking. Let me see, because they're not really talking about demographics here, other than that one. And Nita Florsik, she was Europe's strongest woman in 2004, world's champion and strongest woman in 2003, 5, 6, and 8. She won the competition more than any woman in history. In addition to this record, she also holds a Guinness World Record in lifting up 2 adult men overhead. That would be 12 men in 2 minutes. Let's see. Tatiana Kashirina from Russia.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kashirina. She did the clean and jerk for 425 pounds. The fucking clean and jerk.
You know what a clean and jerk is?
The most a woman is the champion right now. She lifted the women's champion. Hold on just a second.
Aaron paused himself somehow.
He's paused the recording. It's not good.
No, I said we're still recording.
Oh.
But
yeah, sorry. Somebody tried to call me.
Oh yeah, man, I hate that shit. When I'm making a recording, and someone calls me, I'm like, I was like so close to finishing, right? I was like so close to finishing. You called me.
All right, so the current world's strongest woman was able to deadlift. Just a second.
Whopping
730 pounds.
Still a few shy.
Of 1,000. Well, so let me look at the world's strongest men and see what they lift.
Strongman or Olympic champions?
Well, this is strongman competition.
Okay. Aaron, you paused your mute yourself somehow. Your
It did
tongue
that automatically.
There you go.
Yeah, it does that. It does that. Okay, I'm looking at Becca Swanson from 1973. She squatted more than 800 pounds. She did an 854 pound squat, 600 pound bench press, and 683 pound deadlift. Swanson weighed in at 190 pounds, 197 pounds, and squatted 804 pounds, which was 4 times her body weight.
That's some thick girls right there. That's some thick ladies.
So what I'm trying to say is that the right person can do this shit, because if these women can lift 4 times their body weight, yeah, I don't care what you're saying.
They just need to practice one punch. Just practice that one punch. That's all you need to do. Like practice that one punch.
Jan Todd from Pennsylvania in 1952. She was the first woman to total over 1,200 pounds in 3 power lifts: squat, bench, and deadlift.
Shit. They're strong John, ladies right now.
I look at 1,200 pounds and I have heart palpitations.
They're throwing full kegs at competitions and picking up fucking balls. You know, I mean, the way they pick those balls up, like just straight picking them up, no handles or nothing. They just got straight pick this fucking 200-pound, 300-pound ball up off the ground. I'm like, God, they got to roll it onto themselves, pick it up, put it on the mantle. I'm like, gosh, dang, man. These guys are amazing. Where's your girl at?
She's watching something in the next room.
What's she watching?
I think Law and Order SVU.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the women's champ, her deadlift was 730 pounds. The men's champ was 1,102 pounds. Shit. Strongest man in the world.
That's the mountain, right?
No, it's some Poland guy. I don't know what the deadlift was.
The mountain's done more than that. He set the record. But he doesn't compete every year.
Yeah, he's a record holder somewhere. I mean,
he's
a record holder, period.
But deadlift. Yeah, he's a record holder.
But the mountain has deadlifted 1,000 pounds, but this guy's beating him.
Well, I guess you can't be top dog every time, I guess.
He benches 507 pounds. And Aaron's over there saying that some woman can beat Brock Lesnar in a fight.
I just told you that a woman bench pressed over 600 pounds. I just said that.
How does that translate to pounds per square inch? If you can bench 550, how does that translate to,
Oh,
and punching power?
Fist to face.
You still have to train to be a fighter, though. There's a difference.
And there was something that that used to talk about that. It was called World's Deadliest Warrior, and they showed this crash test dummy, and they had all these different fighting experts come and demonstrate, with the right skill and technique, how much force you can hit a dummy. And the karate guy hit it. He did the 1-inch punch, and he hit it really hard. And the boxing guy, he hit it even harder. And then the kickboxing guy kicked it even harder. And then the Muay Thai guy came in. And when he hit that dummy, they said that they had to change the scale to the force of a vehicle striking the dummy. And they said he hit the dummy so hard, it was like a car hitting it at 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, it grabs their head and throws it into their knee.
Yeah. So it compresses the area of force into a small circle, and that's where they put their knee at.
Also the plot line behind Dragon Ball Z. Convert your energy into one single point.
Where do you realize you fucked up? You're in a fight, and then someone tells you, "Oh shit, man, he's the second weight champion right now." God dang it! God, I can't back down now.
It's like that Muay Thai woman in Jackass beating the shit out of, who was it, Knoxville or Chris Pontius or one of them?
Dead guy. It was the dead guy.
Ron Dunn.
Let's talk about that for a second. If I see Aaron get into a fight with another guy, with like some complete stranger, I see Aaron about to get into a fist fight. Aaron, are you gonna straight up fight him, or are you gonna like, okay, good, let me grab this fucking chair real quick? This is not are you going straight? Same person for you,
I use a weapon if somebody's using a weapon on me, and
no,
that's
no,
if I have to go.
We ain't in no ring. give me something to smack this guy with. We ain't no ring.
You don't have to worry about this, John. I do. I've been professionally trained, and somebody wants to look back at my military training, and they'll say that he's got a background. They can prosecute me with prejudice, whereas this guy is just a random civilian. He doesn't have the background that I have.
Didn't that happen in Con Air?
That's not what I'm saying.
Well, but didn't that say like that happened in Con Air? Like you watch Con Air, he had military training and defending himself, but
he was spec ops though.
What?
Yeah.
He was spec ops, and it was like 10 guys he beat their ass.
Yeah, and he killed one of them. And that's what
I can't believe, like, you can't prove that the guy had a weapon. Well, he had a weapon. Where is it? Well, he had a knife. Like, defending myself.
He is an effectively trained spec ops operator that
supposedly that blow to the nose. Supposedly that's BS. There's no bone here. It's all cartilage.
Someone said that. It's like pushing the bone. Like, what do you mean pushing the bone?
It would take some very specific techniques to do that. Yeah. It's not something common. It's not something you can normally do. Now, you can hit it hard enough and it'll knock somebody out because the pressure will just be too much for your brain to handle. But
there was a UFC fighter that fought with his hands like this, but it looks stupid.
I know it's just a movie. I know it's just a movie, but like, man, you got yourself a bullshit lawyer. You just got fucking back. And you had a bar, like all the chemistry's right there to lead to a fuck up, and you still get in trouble. Yeah, you had a bad fucking lawyer. Yeah. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
He had to take his medicine.
Stranger Things is coming out with a new season. I don't know if y'all know about that.
Yeah, season 4. I saw that. They announced it.
I think they ended it on a good note. Everybody grew up, went to separate ways.
I haven't seen it.
Everybody grew up, went their separate ways, and move on.
I haven't fucking seen it, man.
And I haven't dropped any major spoilers here because you need to watch it.
They grew up. You just said they grew up.
Well, they're not grown up. They're still progressing them growing up. But they still leave.
That happens time in between time. So you got to see that.
They do end it, but they always leave a little bit open just in case they want to do another season. They always do something in there just in case.
I think it's fine where it's at. You finish up season 3, you'll be satisfied.
It's too much. It's too much money.
I didn't like it, but that's just me personally.
I think this is the only real thing that Netflix has right now. All right.
Certainly.
The Blair Witch,
but you on that, but I don't. No, they have the Dark Crystal. That's doing really well. The Umbrella Academy, that's doing really well. Netflix just said though that they're ending the binging. I don't know how y'all feel about this. A lot of people were angry about it. They're ending the binging seasons. Like they're not going to just release the whole seasons anymore. They're going to know here's one episode. 2 weeks later, here's the next one. Or next week, here's another one. Because they're burning. People they burn through the whole season.
They can't make content fast enough to keep people's attention.
Yeah. So people say, well, I like that. And people are like, well, if you like a weekly episodes, go fucking watch ABC or NBC. Like, I was like, shit. But, but Netflix needs to do that because you can't even make your toys or line up posters or do fucking anything because you just throw your whole fucking season out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting concept to do the binge watching thing. It's weird.
Well, and you got the YouTubers who watch the whole fucking season, and then like people next day or like they're already talking about it and seeing what's happening here and there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of used to doing the weekly stuff. There's not the last show I think I watched like a bunch of in a row. Like for me, it's been shows that have already been out, and then I like get caught up. But I don't do a lot of new stuff coming in. Saw Ad Astra this weekend.
Yeah.
It was good. It's kind of slow paced.
I don't think I asked you how it was.
Yeah. I didn't think you were going to have to be a fucking asshole, but I guess you were. I guess that fucking happened.
Great face. I couldn't do it.
What happened? What?
We had a First Amendment auditor at the office today.
First Amendment auditor?
Yeah, so a First Amendment auditor is a group of individuals that are exercising their First Amendment right by videotaping on government property.
Okay.
Kind of like watchdog.
To make sure that the staff are living up to taxpayer standards. These people are not employed in any capacity. They're not with any official organization. They're just individuals that believe that the government needs to be held accountable. So they show up, and they have a camera, and they just fucking record everybody in the goddamn building. And they walk all over the fucking place.
And that's their right to do that?
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're in a public place. Now, the only problem is, and this, it came up to there's these two young ladies that were sitting outside, and I mean, they were there because, you know, they had fucked up at some point, and so they're in trouble. And this guy's walking around with a camera, and this one girl's like, why is he recording me? I don't want my face up on, I don't want people knowing I'm here. And he didn't have a whole lot to say about that, and he fucking walked off. But he's come in there twice now, just hanging out, just getting his camera, recording. Puts it up on YouTube, gets a few thousand likes, views, then moves on.
Don't I have the right to refuse being on your channel, though? Don't I have that right, Shane?
Well, but if you're in a,
you don't have my permission to.
If you're out in the open, I think you're subject to anything. So if you're just walking around down the street, people like you could, if you had your phone up and you're just taking pictures of random people, like if you just were like every hot woman you saw, you just take a picture of her. I don't think that's a crime. I don't think you can get in trouble for that.
Now the person can claim that you're harassing them.
Yeah, you'd have to prove it though.
Suitable enough evidence, they can take you to court, but you know, sometimes they'll just throw that word out there to scare you and get you to leave them alone. You're harassing me, and I'll sue your ass and see you in court. It's like, oh shit, I don't want that to happen.
If you're privately taking the photo and you're not being an ass about it, you know, if you're getting up to their face and say, "Here, I want to look at your tits," and you're taking a fucking photo, that's different.
Girls gone wild.
Yeah. And I think the consent part comes when it's into making money, like in its fictional stories, misrepresent.
So.
But yeah, so I'm sure at some point I'll show up on a YouTube channel, walking around,
flipping the bird.
Urban Life, kid from the burbs. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
Listen to me, motherfucker.
What are you gonna get? What? No, Kim Bells. No. Give me a Reese's.
What?
Aaron's getting candy?
JMA.
Candy! I got cupcakes over there too, boy.
What kind of cupcakes?
You putting candy on top of your cupcakes?
I'm not putting Reese's on top of my cupcakes. It's right here.
Good?
I'm not going to eat it.
You're a yellow frosting man?
Not really, but that's what we got.
How racist of you. No, you like yellow frosting? I hate the yellow frosting somehow. Huh?
You want to use it?
What's wrong with yellow?
Nothing's wrong with yellow, but I'm eating it.
I think that one's yellow and purple from here.
Yeah.
I get it. Purple.
It's the rainbow, John.
It was supposed to be gold. I had green and yellow cupcake mix stuff.
Green and yellow are Baylor's colors.
I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Peeled the skin off my finger and it hurts.
Why'd you do that for?
Because my cuticle was bugging me.
So you caused yourself more damage to what?
Well, it just kept peeling back, and I don't know. I mean, I don't have my clippers with me, so I couldn't just pinch it off. But anyway. So you thought Ad Astra was good, boy?
Oh, yeah.
What's up, little man? What you doing, boy?
There's John. Jonathan. What's his name?
Jonathan. You're not gonna spoil it for me, Shane. Just tell me what happened.
They go out in space.
Oh, Aaron, did you want to know?
What's up, boy? How you doing? You ain't seen me before, have you?
So hey boy, your dad's putting you on a dirty YouTube channel.
Yep. With a whole bunch of person adults that talk about inappropriate topics for children. Yeah, inappropriate. God damn.
Damn, you just got chicks, son.
Better check yourself for you rickety wreck yourself.
So you're not gonna spoil it for me, Shane. So break down the eggshell real quick.
All right. So the movie starts off. Brad Pitt, major in the Army, also an astronaut. He works on an antenna that's out in the space. It's kind of like a space elevator / antenna. There's a space station hooked at the top of it. It's in the upper atmosphere.
Wait, real quick. Is it like the antenna with like the elevator? You can go all the way from Earth to the antenna? Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
And he goes out to fix something, and this energy comes from nowhere, this electrical pulse. and he can see that the space station's starting to blow up. So he's like trying to figure out what the hell to do because he's way the fuck up there. I mean, he's at the edge of the atmosphere. And so he ends up tumbling, he ends up falling, and he gets in a spin uncontrolled, and he's able to open his chute. But, you know, he's coming from super high up. Anyways, they went back and looked at the research, and like his pulse never got over 60 beats a minute. Like the whole time, he's super calm. Super cool. Like,
not this guy.
Brad
60 beats a minute is most people's resting heart rate, John, just so you know. Your pulse right now is probably 70 beats a minute.
Yeah. So he's just super calm and cool and collected, and he's kind of a robot. Like he doesn't feel anything. Well, you find out that his dad was like the pioneer astronaut, Tommy Lee Jones. Mm-hmm. He was like the big time, and what they did was the culture, the whole humanity is obsessed with finding aliens. They're like geared towards finding aliens. So they start going to space to explore. So that's why they built the giant antenna. And Tommy Lee Jones' character, to get away from the sun, he takes a space station all the way past Neptune to figure out if there's aliens out there, because it's the sun's radiation will be in the background. So they can finally look at the open space and see everything. Mm-hmm. And try to find some planets.
Jones is in this? He's old as Tommy Lee Jones?
He doesn't have a lot to do. He's just kind of standing there talking. But so anyways, the electrical energy that blew up the station, it came from Neptune. It was an antimatter explosion that erupted from Neptune, and it sent a signal out, and it's causing everything to get jacked up. And so like 4,000 people get killed, and no, 40,000 people get killed. So the government sends Brad Pitt on a mission to try to communicate with the ship, because Brad Pitt thinks his dad's dead. He thinks he died 16 years ago. But the government's like, no, he's still alive, working on the mission. We've just...
Did his dad find aliens?
Huh?
Did his dad find aliens?
No, didn't find nothing.
Nobody found aliens?
Nope. At the end of the movie, Brad Pitt says, we spent all this time looking in the skies for life, and we never realized it was right here at home. And then he becomes like a...
line is that? What kind of bullshit line is this?
It's the movie.
He becomes what? What's he do?
He becomes a human. Like he has emotions now, and he cares about
it. He starts feeling.
So he like goes out.
Rolled down his eye.
I read the article.
Huh?
I read in an article that his son was complaining that he was never around.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It was his dad just vanished like that for no reason. Wasn't real close. So it made Brad Pitt like a robot. He was like super calm and collective, and he didn't care about people. He just cared about getting the job done. But then when he found out his dad might still be alive, he was pissed, because he was like, you just left and there's no explanation, and I want to know. So that's what drives him to keep going. And there's a scene on the moon that's pretty cool, like these pirates, because nations are at war for minerals in the moon. So I think it was Chinese. It was either Chinese or Russians. They're chasing them on moon buggies. And so they get into a shootout in the moon buggy. It's pretty cool. And then...
Oh, shit. What are they shooting at each other?
I think it's like a bolt, like a nail gun or something. It was bolts. And they get to the moon, then they get to Mars. When he gets to Mars, that's when he finds out his dad's still alive. So this woman is able to get him close to the space shuttle, but he's got to crawl through the fuel tank that's underneath the ground. He's got to swim through the fuel tank, through rocket fuel, to get onto the rocket and take it over, and to go find his dad. It's pretty tense. So I thought it was good. I liked it.
What about
You probably find it boring though, John. You probably won't like it. You probably think this is boring.
Bro, it sounds like it. You know, too much word uses and science and shit like that. Yeah. On action and shit.
A lot of narration about what he's doing. But I forgot. There's one scene where he's when he's coming to Mars, and they get a distress beacon from a Polish space station. So they stop. Well, come to find out, they were doing experiments on baboons. So there's a fucking group of space baboons in 0G, and they kill one of the guys. They fucking headbutt his damn visor until it busts, and then eat his face off, and tear off his hand.
Baboon,
man. That sounds good. So, are you gonna watch Joker or not next week?
I'm gonna watch Joker. Yeah, for sure.
Everybody's talking about how good it is.
I'm gonna watch it. I know I know it's 10 years before Batman. That's fine. I'm still going to give it a chance. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. Maybe it'll make me think, oh, that's neat. Never thought about that. Or maybe they'll fucking piss me off the whole fucking way through, and I'll be like, this sucks. And everybody else will be like, it was awesome. And I'll be like, I hated it.
I want to leave.
That's what I'm thinking.
You'll be like, I want to leave. I want to leave right now. I want to leave. Goodbye.
John, you said in your podcast the other day that you didn't like Endgame. You said you really didn't like it. You said, I really, really didn't like it, guys. I did not like that movie.
Didn't like it. The book was better. They cut a bunch of scenes out of the movie. I had the scenes from the book. Didn't like it.
You mean the comic?
Oh, no, from the Thanos book, Infinity Gauntlet.
No, Endgame. Ender's Game. I'm sorry, Ender's Game.
No. You were saying Endgame. You were talking about the Avengers.
No, I meant Ender's Game. That's the wrong thing?
Yep.
You said like 3 times. You're like, I really didn't like that movie. I really didn't like it.
No, I meant Ender's Game. I said the wrong movie. That's my bad.
I know what you mean because I've watched Ender's Game and I've read the book. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Crazy
That's
stuff.
my fault. I meant Ender's Game. Ender's
the book was
Game.
a little out there with that artificial game that they made. I think that was a little much.
Well, the thing is that was he created that back in the 80s. Do what?
In the movie, that shit made no sense. The game he was playing and shit, like, the fuck does this mean? The fuck is this testing him? I don't get the shit.
It was right.
I thought it was neat though that the guy was so predictive of how things would play out in the future. Like now we have virtual reality games.
Method of thinking. He understood psychology.
We have the internet. We have blogging. Like he predicted all that stuff. So
and that book was written when?
Back in the 80s, early 80s.
See?
But that guy got in a lot of heat because he made some anti-gay comments, and so we won't be seeing more movies from him.
People frown on stuff like that sometimes.
He wrote books.
I heard number 2. I heard the second book wasn't as good though.
Ender's Shadow.
Yeah, I heard the second one wasn't as good.
Speaker of the Dead.
I forgot what they said happens in it, and right there. I forgot what they said happens in it. I forgot what happened there. Someone gave me a breakdown of it. It just didn't seem interesting at all. So I haven't got. I think I got it here somewhere. I just haven't read it yet. Hell, I'm still not even done reading. So you know, I'm being invincible. I ain't done reading my 40K book yet. I'm not done reading my Thanos.
Yeah, the Grey Knights doesn't get good until he starts fighting that damn demon. Big ass demon shows up.
That's it.
Gatchaloth.
That's it. And so, like, Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, there's a huge battle. Like the sisters, the Imperial Guards, all there, and then the Space Marines show up, and the Grey Knights just tear through it all.
So that's that battle is actually in pieces. So it starts out they go to this tomb of some sort of saint, and the tomb was corrupted a long ass time ago because this demon. They play the long game. They plan things thousands of years over time, right?
Yeah.
He set it up. The last time he was banished, he set it up so that the next time he was banished, he would come back another time, and that would be the time where he came back at his most powerful stage. Yeah. So he's looking like 2 banishments down the road, and each banishment is 1,000 years or some shit. Yeah. He's looking way down the road, and so They got this giant mutated skeleton to come out of the ground, and it was so evil, like other skeletons were being animated and running from it. And they fought that thing, and it killed a bunch of guys. And then he cut its head off, and that released the actual demon. And it came, and it was like a towering column of faces made out of like fleshy anyway. And so the Space Marine had to say its true name, and that caused it to disintegrate. And there's a lot more to it, but yeah.
Has anybody ever crossed and like took the battle into the demon realm? Has anybody ever went into there to fight?
There's a bunch of stories about that. There's the Legion of the Damned. There's the story of Rogel Dorn. He was a Primarch. There's a story of Lehman Russ. He was a Primarch. They say he's in the next realm. But you can't win there. because they keep respawning. So there's a really cool book about how the Emperor opened up the Eldar webway, and then one of his followers fucked it all up, and so he has to use his psychic power to keep the portal closed, because when that follower of his fucked everything up, demons started coming through it, and demons were about to come onto the planet and run it over, and he has to keep that portal closed, because if as soon as it opens, demons come out. And so you read this story about his golden warriors, the custodes. They're just fighting back an endless tide, and so many of them die, and I think they fought for like 3 years in that tunnel. They're just fighting, just constantly fighting.
Like the shooter Doom's a lot like that, just constant fighting demons, like never-ending demon fight.
Oh, guess what I saw yesterday? I saw a trailer for Doom 2.
Oh shit, with The Rock?
No, he's not in it. No.
And he's in too much.
I think if I watched it right, there's no A actors in it.
No Carl Urban or The Rock.
Nothing. No, none. It's all just no one A-listers are in it.
Yeah, it sucks. I thought that movie was going to be good. It really wasn't.
I really wanted it to be. I
like how it kind of took on the aspect of the video game when he became the first-person shooter and he started shooting shit. That was pretty cool.
That part was cool.
That was the only cool part. The rest of it sucked.
Everybody was waiting for that part. But that part with The Rock turning to a demon, that whole little fight scene they had.
You go to the library, Shane?
Huh?
You still go to the library?
Yeah.
Which library?
Fort Worth Library.
Library?
Huh?
What do you do there? What do you do there?
You get a fucking book and you read it.
Fart. That's what he does. He goes in and farts. He
What good books?
Can't smell books without farting, apparently.
What good books are you?
Bookstore, I fart. Do what?
What books are you reading?
Oh, the last one I read was Akira. I'm not reading anything right now, though.
Let's go down to the library. I want to rent some videos.
Yeah, I can't think of the next book I'm going to read. I have here. I'm going to read The Lord of the Rings next. I'm going to do it all the way through.
You going to try to read the whole Lord of the Rings?
Oh,
6 of them?
Yeah, I couldn't get past the Shire, man. I got to where they got to that stupid inn and met what's his name, Aragorn. Yeah, that's as far as I got in the book. That's about 150 pages in. It takes a long time.
I think Gabriel told me that. You 150 pages in, you're still in the shower.
Yeah.
You're not even left yet.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, hey, boy, I see you there. I see you, boy.
I'm actually going to start with the Silmarillion first. And then
that's what I was going to recommend. If you want to do some hard reading, the Silmarillion is hard to fucking read.
I'm going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read it all.
Well, he uses, I don't want to say it's King James language, but it's like King James language. It's that old thou and thy and using like 3 words that are defunct now. And anyway, it's hard to
be nasty.
No.
Thine breath be funketh.
Don't quit your day job, dude.
Is that how they said it?
There was a quote in the Bible that was like that. It was rather. There was he stinketh. Like there was a dead body in a cave, and like somebody's warning the guy. He's like, "Don't go there."
Coming out.
Stinketh.
Would he be thinking?
They said it stinketh.
Oh well. Oh, y'all look tired. Y'all look pretty tired. Y'all tired. Y'all tired. Y'all look tired. Y'all look exhausted. Y'all look tired.
James got some designer bags over there, boy. You ain't been sleeping?
Ain't been peeping.
I hope not. But really, have you not been sleeping?
Well, I used to be in bed by 9, but since I started doing this, I don't get in bed till 10.
Bed by 9 fucking o'clock? Were you waking up at 4?
Yeah, a little bit after 5.
No, boy. Getting fucking old.
Gotta sleep.
Well, you want to wrap this one up?
All right. Shane, take us out today, Shane.
Bye, John. Jonathan. Whatever your name is. Bye, boy.
Well, all of our listeners, if you made it this far, we kind of it all broke down at the very last end. If somehow you made it here and you're like, why the hell do I do this to myself every night? There's gold.
Same question.
There's gold in the episode. You just got to know where to find it. But it's there.
20 minutes in, and then you can quit.
Every episode has gold. You just got to find that golden nugget.
There it is.
Yeah, so and just pluck it and enjoy it while it lasts, because it fleets. It goes away. That gold is only there temporarily. It's like gold dust. You just blow it.
Okay, that's it. We're at our hour. We're at an hour.
All right, boys. John at JP's What? Aaron at Southeast Third. Jonathan, Board with John. We're at Big Beefin, at B Beefin. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the above. If you join us on Facebook, I will write you a custom hand letter written by me, thanking you for joining in.
Yeah, custom hand letter written by you.
Custom letter.
You know how many letters I've written so far?
How many?
Zero.
Because I don't think we've had anybody join since we made this announcement that we're going to start doing this.
So it's not retroactive.
If we had, no, I'm not going back and sending a letter to all the people that have joined. John's mom, I'm going to send a letter to Rachel.
If you want your letter, please let us know.
You know what? Shane's going to write something silly on that shit. He's going to say, your breath stinks. Thank you.
Why are you watching this? Thank you.
Yeah. Please send us money. Thank you.
All right. We're gonna wrap this one up, boys.
All right.
Say
Y'all
bye.
have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, Jonathan. Bye, boy.
Bye.